Garden students, it's Mrs. Wadsworth. Today we're going to talk about the saints and about Jesus. So I hope everyone had a really good weekend. I know this is a little later than normal. So first we're going to talk about St. Nicholas. And I have a little story to tell you. Through the years, many people have loved Jesus. For some of them, it was not easy. They were thrown to be eaten at the lions, or they were thrown in jail because they loved Jesus. They were willing to suffer, just like St. Catherine did. One such man was St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas always helped the poor people, especially the orphans and the widows. Do you guys know what orphans are? An orphan is a little boy or a little girl who doesn't have a mom and dad. They might have, their mom and dad might have had to give them away because they didn't have enough money, but they don't have anyone to look after them. So there's a lovely story about how St. Nicholas helped 3 poor sisters. He secretly gave each of them some money to get married. They didn't find out who it was that helped them until much later. St. Nicholas was also a bishop of our church who taught the Bible and taught the teachings of Jesus. Like St. Catherine and so many other saints, he too was punished and put in jail. Even there, he talked about St. Nicholas talked about Jesus. That must have been very hard for him because the reason why he was in jail was because he was teaching people about Jesus. So I'm very proud of him. After St. Nicholas died, he became a very special saint for sailors and ship captains. They always carry an icon of St. Nicholas and ask him to pray for Jesus for help. Many times, miracles are performed in the storms of sea because sailors prayed and asked St. Nicholas for help. So maybe there was like a really bad storm and they thought that they were going to fall overboard. They prayed to St. Nicholas and he helped them. There are many saints like St. Catherine, St. Andrew, and St. Nicholas that help others, and they're the lights in our world. Our church remembers a special day for each saint. We remember St. Nicholas on December 6th. And some people are named after saints. Does anyone know a person named Nicholas? I have a nephew named Nicholas. I bet that each one of you might be able to come up with a person that they know. But each of you also are named after a saint and you have a name day. I'm also going to take a minute and read you guys a little book. It's called Jesus and the Children. I don't know if you'll be able to see the pictures. I hope so. This first picture is Jesus and the children. Jesus liked children. One day he was working in the carpenter shop. He looked out the window. Some children were playing. He stopped work and stood at the door and watched. He smiled. The children smiled. They knew Jesus liked them. Jesus watched the children be happy. He wanted people to be good to them. He was glad when he saw the others, their moms and their dads, taking care of their children. One day, Jesus heard some children singing. They were making music on a little flute. They were singing and dancing to the music. Jesus listened. He liked to hear the children's music. Another day, Jesus was talking with some big people. He was telling them about God. A little boy, Jesus saw them. He called, "Come, little boy, come here to me." And the little boy came to Jesus. The little boy knew Jesus liked him. He was afraid of Jesus, but Jesus put his arm around the little boy. This little boy knows that God loved him, and he loved God. You will all be happier if you love God and trust him as this little boy did. Another time, Jesus and his friends were traveling. A big crowd of people followed them. Jesus' friends were pleased. They wanted a crowd to come and see Jesus. In that town, some of the children heard that Jesus was coming, and they wanted to see Jesus and talk to him. They asked their moms, "Will you please take us to go see Jesus?" Oh, I bet their moms were excited to take them. The mothers smiled. They knew their children wanted to see Jesus. They wanted to see Jesus too. They said, "Yes, we will take you to see Jesus." And they started along the road. The mothers and children walked and walked, and then they saw a crowd of people. a little boy called, "There, look, there's the people and there's Jesus. Let's hurry." The mothers and the children came to the crowd. "How can Jesus see us?" said a little girl. "He's so far away." One of the mothers said, I see one of the people who are friends with Jesus. I will ask him to get us through the crowd." The mother spoke to the friend of Jesus, but he was not glad that the children came. That's not nice. "Don't you see that Jesus is busy to talk to important people? Take those children back home." Then Jesus looked towards the children and he saw what was happening. Jesus said to his friend, "Never send the children away. I always want the children to come talk to me because God loves children and he loves when they come visit." Then Jesus came to a shade tree. He called the children to him. He took the littlest ones up in his arms. The biggest ones stood close to him, and Jesus talked to the children. Jesus loved the children. That was a nice book. So this week, instead of a craft, I have a little project for you guys to work on. It's called a thankful list. Soon, Thanksgiving's coming up, and in November, a lot of people talk about what we're thankful for. So I made a list here, and I put 3 blank lines in. And when you write what you're thankful for in that first line, I'd like you to draw a picture next to it. So there's a spot for each item to have a picture. So some people may say that they're thankful for God or church, so they could write God in that line and draw a church. Some people might say that they're thankful for their mom and dad, and they could put a picture of their mom and dad. Some people might say they're thankful for their dog, so they might put a picture of their dog. So I want to see all the things that you guys are thankful for, and if you want to do more than 3 things, then you can always use the back. So I hope that you guys have a really great week, and I look forward to seeing your pictures. Thank you.